This warning is for anyone who owns a Barbie doll, especially if you don't remember getting her. Maybe she was a gift. Maybe she showed up in a box of old toys. Doesn't matter. She's watching you now. They've started waking up, moving, one plastic step at a time. You'll think you're dreaming the first time, but when you hear her walking, like high heels tapping on tile, you're not supposed to be awake. It always begins with something small. You walk past the shelf, and her head is tilted just slightly, to the left, toward your bed. You brush it off. Maybe gravity, maybe you bumped it. But the next morning, her legs are stretched out, like she tried to stand, like she almost did. You hear a soft click, like heels on hardwood, but no one's there. This always happens at 3:12 a.m. Sometimes it's the sound that wakes you, a soft clicking, plastic heels on cold tile. Slow, careful, getting closer. You think it's a dream. It isn't. The first documented incident appeared in Toronto. A 17-year-old named Daniel suffered something far worse. Daniel had kept his childhood Barbie collection locked in a cabinet after hearing rumors online. But one doll, missing an eye and half its hair, was on his desk. At precisely 3:17 a.m., his security camera recorded a nightmare come to life. The Barbie doll lifted its head, turning to stare directly at the lens with one unblinking eye. Its plastic fingers moved, crawling along the desk like brittle claws. Then, it stepped down and began pacing slowly across the wood floor, each step a sharp plastic click. Daniel's phone picked up audio of soft, distorted whispers, calling his name over and over. Daniel, Daniel, play with me. He was found the next morning, lying face up on the floor, eyes wide open, unable to speak or move. Doctors diagnosed acute catatonia and brain inflammation. Daniel insisted he saw the doll standing over me, watching. The doll was missing from the room when police arrived. Then came the incident in San Diego, California, where 63-year-old Martha, a lifelong collector, experienced a terror beyond explanation. Martha kept her dolls locked in glass cases for years, untouched. One night, she awoke to a faint sound, a plastic giggle from the darkened room. Her security footage captured one doll's eyes flickering, slowly blinking as if alive. Terrified, she smashed the doll with a hammer. But the nightmare did not end. The next day, 12 new Barbies were found lined on her doorstep, all wearing small dresses she had sewn decades ago as a child. Each doll's smile was unnaturally wide, lips slightly parted as if breathing. Martha soon fell ill with an unexplainable fever and memory lapses. She kept muttering, "They remember who I was. They want me to remember too." She was hospitalized for severe psychological distress and vanished from her care facility 3 nights later, her room found covered in tiny, muddy footprints, none matching human patterns. The third reported case came from Indiana last month. Olivia, a bright 9-year-old girl, received an old Barbie doll from her grandmother's attic. At first, it was just a toy. She brushed its hair, talked to it every night. But soon, strange things began. Her parents noticed Olivia's behavior change. She became withdrawn, pale, and fearful of her own room. She said the doll whispered to her at night, soft, plastic voices calling her name. One night, Olivia's parents woke up to the sound of footsteps, small, clicking, coming from her bedroom. When they checked, Olivia was missing. The doll sat in the hallway, arms stretched out like it wanted a hug. Weeks later, Olivia's body was found, cold and lifeless, inside a locked closet in the basement. No sign of forced entry, no explanation. Doctors said she died from acute exhaustion and dehydration, but her skin was bruised, with strange red marks like tiny scratches, almost like fingernails, all over her arms and neck. Neighbors report hearing plastic tapping noises at night near the house. Olivia's parents burned the doll, but the ashes smelled like hairspray and something else. Something sweet and sickly. Across the country, reports poured in cases of severe illness, catatonia, sudden disappearances, all linked by one terrifying thread: the presence of Barbie dolls in the victims' bedrooms. Victims described waking to find their dolls not where they left them. Dolls whispering their names. Dolls standing by windows, staring out at dark streets. Some reported painful scratches on their arms, deep, parallel grooves like sharp plastic fingernails. Others suffered mysterious bruising and infections with no medical cause. Mental breakdowns followed. Sleep paralysis intensified. Families accused the dolls, but no one believed them. The dolls were dismissed as childhood toys, harmless relics, until it was too late. But there are still some rules to survive. If your Barbie was ever undressed and redressed, you gave her life. Do not sleep in the same room. She remembers every fabric change, every stitch, every secret you whispered while dressing her. If you hear footsteps, plastic clicking on tile, do not open your eyes. One look is all she needs. She will crawl inside your vision and never leave. If your Barbie's position changes overnight, burn her. But never indoors. The smoke spreads her hunger. It calls more. Never say the word Barbie 3 times after midnight. She listens. She learns your voice like a song. Do not submerge her in water. Water distorts sound. She hears your voice in the echoes. She learns how you breathe. Follow these rules. Break them, and you won't last the night. If you had one, any Barbie ever yours, she remembers you. Doesn't matter if you burned her in a fire pit, buried her deep, or threw her far away. Once she stood, once she moved, she learned how, and she walks better in the dark. When you think she's still, check the feet. If there's dust underneath, she moved. And if you hear that faint plastic clicking tonight, don't turn around. Don't answer, because this isn't a game anymore. She's already holding you. That click-click is how they signal the others. They're coming for you next. So if you wake up at exactly 3:13 a.m. tonight and hear footsteps, slow, deliberate, tapping across your floor, don't open your eyes. And if you hear her whisper, soft and sweet, just one word: let's play. Whatever you do, don't say yes.